Mark, you tell the best stories. Oh, hi everyone. Hey, it's Nathan Jones, and welcome to another one of my movie reviews. This time, actually with two of my best friends, Justin and Sara. We actually just went and saw The Disaster Artist just tonight. And we actually did a special kind of review, and I wanted you to check it out, starring James Franco, and also directed by James Franco as well, also starring his brother Dave. Seth Rogen's also in this movie. Obviously, it's a James Franco movie. You're always going to have Seth Rogen in there. And also starring Alison Brie, among others. There's a million comedians in this movie. Anyways, I wanted you to enjoy the special review from me and my friends here, filled with some goofs and gaffs. So have a good movie, and don't forget to have fun.
You do that.
Alright, here we go. We make real Hollywood movie.
Oh, yes.
Hey, everybody. It's Nathan Jones, again. And this is my friend Justin. You've seen him before.
Hi.
And Sara.
Hi.
We just watched The Disaster Artist. You didn't watch The Disaster Artist.
You didn't watch it?
Well, what'd you initially think?
Well, actually, she just made me watch The Room. Was it yesterday?
Night? Yeah, it was yesterday.
That was the first time I've ever seen it. And she has been wanting me to see it for, like, the past few years. I mean, I kind of wasted an hour and a half of my life, but I had to watch it so we could watch this tonight. I give it an 8 out of 10. I do 10s.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, we'll get there soon.
I'm just saying.
Sara, you've seen The Room how many times?
More than I care to count.
But you like it a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate it for what it is. It's awful.
And you read The Disaster Artist too, right?
Yeah, I've read it twice. So.
Something I wanted to read. I wanted to read this book, just to understand the mindset of all the things that are going on. So I'm probably lost some things. Did you pick up on some things? I mean, you could spoil just a little bit. We're not going to get into, like, obviously the things that aren't in the book, in the movie. She could talk about.
Yeah. I don't know. They changed some stuff, and then there was a lot of stuff that was left out from the book, which that's typical when books are made into movies. I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I just wish they would have included, like, some of the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there was a lot of weird things in there, but yeah. I mean, I understand that they've got to cut things because it's like an hour and a half movie, but I don't know. Overall, I really liked it. Good.
I liked a lot of there was a lot of really good, funny things that just, like, kind of caught you on out of left field. That just, like, it's marketed as, like, a really silly movie, but then it's kind of a serious movie.
But that's like how the book is. Like, the book, you read it and you have all these laughs and everything, but then there's part of it that you're like, oh wow, like, this is actually really awful.
And I even told you that when I saw the first trailer. I was like, they're making it look like a drama, and you're like, but it's not. And then it was.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a mix. It was a dramedy for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I kind of felt bad.
Well,
yeah,
and
for
that's
Tommy. Like, I felt like at the end, like, I was like, I kind of feel bad for this guy, like, the actual human being.
The book actually, like, the movie goes farther than the book, because the book stops at the premiere, but it doesn't go through, like, the movie and how he feels and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't go through that. I don't know. I love the way that they did the end, though. Like, how that's, and, you know, how it, like, does what it does.
Are you talking about after the premiere?
Yeah. I mean, I like what they did during the premiere too, but I mean, I'm talking about afterwards.
Well, I thought that
was really cool.
Because you don't know if that actually happens in real life, right? Like him going up there and saying, like, oh, this is what I intended. Oh, another dog.
Yeah.
And this is what I intended, right?
I'm sure you could look up. I'm sure somebody had a camera.
Well, in my opinion, I feel like if that wasn't the case, if they didn't have that actual footage or whatever it was, I feel like they're pretty much showing, like, Tommy, like, even though you think this was a disaster and everyone hated it, like, everyone actually loves it now. Like, it is part of everyone's life that, loves this movie.
Even the actors who, you could tell didn't want to be really, like, they were like, oh, what are we doing this entire time? And then like oh, okay, it somehow turned out better than we thought. But let me structure this just a little bit more. So let's talk slightly about the plot. We're not going to give too much away. Let's give us some of our pros. We're gonna have some different pros here, and then we also have different cons. Oh, hi, Doggie. Here we go. Let's make Hollywood movie.
Yes.
So here comes another dog. He's gonna knock camera off.
Dude, I have got to check something. Like, he's either got really bad gas or like something's happened over here.
So how does it feel to be away from Lady now? I love you, Justin. I did this for you!
But you're tearing me apart! Don't touch me, motherfucker. Is your phone about to die?
No, I just want to make real Hollywood movies.
I mean, this is the best way.
It looks like casting couch.
So,
Yeah, okay. I'm sure I didn't.
Mm.
Sorry.
are you allergic to Febreze?
No, just make face.
Okay.
All right, back to movie.
Okay, sorry.
A real Hollywood
Back to a real movie.
That was important.
There's Doggie, and he make poo poo. Okay, so plot movie. I'll stop talking like this, even though it's real fun. So yeah, James Franco is Tommy Wiseau, and Dave Franco, his brother, is playing. Gosh dang it, Mark, or what is his real name?
Greg Sestero.
Greg Sestero, who's the real life actor, and
who's named after not Matt Damon, Mark Damon.
Oh yeah, Mark Damon.
Mark Damon.
Yeah, because he wanted to. Well, anyways, they live in San Francisco. This is a couple years before the Room, and they kind of meet, I guess, in an acting class. Make a grand entrance at the very beginning for Tommy. It's pretty funny. And pretty much they're just like, he's like, yeah, I just want to live our dreams. Like, it's like, well, let's go to LA. And they're like, huh, like really, you want to do this? Like, oh yeah, I have another apartment there. It's fine. I have another room. And then I know, dog, across the street. Oh, hi, doggy. Bye, doggy.
Oh, bye.
So yeah, they move there, and then they pretty much they move to this apartment, and a lot of hijinks ensues, and a lot of money that no one knows where it's from. Kind of just they make this movie.
I like the theory that The Room is the greatest money laundering scheme ever made. It's true. Nobody buys their equipment. He smells so bad.
So that's kind of a little plot. Not much. We didn't really want to give too much away.
I feel like that's all the plot you need. I mean, in the Disaster Artist, I mean, the movie, they're making a movie and it's a fucking disaster. But it's a great movie, and I mean,
a great movie in the sense that you can, I mean, obviously, like we said a little bit earlier, it's a drama, and it really is like a character piece, but also at the same time, he's not self-aware enough to, he's too blinded by, I think, his own ambition. And like he's not all there, and you can tell.
Yeah. And I mean it's really a story about two friends, clearly. Yeah. I mean, and like I don't think.
No.
I mean, does the book really paint that, or does he kind of just say like, "Hey, Tommy's a fucking nut"? Like,
I mean he.
Or does he? He's like, this was the craziest experience, but it was a great experience.
To me, the book's got a really nice balance because it's like, I mean, he acknowledges that Tommy's weird and that he is.
No, I cursed on your channel. Am I going to get in trouble?
God. No, motherfucker.
No, this is a Red Band video.
He addresses it. Oh God, no. No, he addresses it and everything. I mean, it's not the whole thing is not a Tommy shit on Tommy fest by any means. It's just
the whole experience.
Yeah, but they do address some things, that Tommy did that was crazy. He actually did, have somebody go around and film his entire crew, and he would stay up late into the night looking or watching the videos, being like, "Oh, what's everybody saying about me?" That's why he would show up on set at noon, because he'd stay up so late, and then
and his eyes would be, you could tell he's like not sleeping.
Well, I think that's just how he looks.
Yeah. But besides that. Let's talk about some of the pros. What do you think? I liked James Franco's acting is pretty great.
I liked him. I mean, James Franco's a pretty good actor in general.
I was really impressed with,
especially in Spider-Man 3.
What they did at the end of the credits or whatever. I didn't realize like how much detail was put into that. Like I thought, when they like recreated scenes from The Room, like I go, oh okay, that's pretty close. But then you don't really realize it until that moment, and you're like, whoa.
And I thought about that in the scene when they're throwing the football and stuff, when they're all wearing their tuxes.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I don't think that scene was like that. And then when they showed it back to back, I was like, oh, that is exactly like that. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. So.
Yeah. They didn't address, like, there was a lot more drama that went on with the crew and the cast, like, way more than what the movie addressed, which I thought, I don't know, it would have been nice to see more of it.
I mean, it's the ironic thing. It is Hollywoodized a little. I mean, they have to make it a little bit more accessible, and that's why they have all the comedians they all had in there. I mean, Seth Rogen plays a small part of it, obviously, because he's always with James Franco and whatnot. But, like, you have Hannibal Buress in there. You have a couple of other just comedians in there, especially like the beginning. They actually this is it's kind of a weird beginning how they have all these people who are actual actors, big name actors, people, and they were talking about their experiences with The Room, and and then it starts playing.
And what was good about that is people like them that they're in that kind of business, they can see it and they can appreciate where Tommy was going with it. And a lot of people that don't like movies like this, or only just shut your mind off movies, they wouldn't understand or appreciate something like that.
He squeaks for no reason. Don't.
So yes, Nathan is a dog abuser. You all heard it.
He squeaks for no reason.
Cut this part out.
I wish that they would have addressed more of the weird stuff with Tommy.
Apparently, Sarah just has a lot of
problems now. We're going to the cons.
No, well, I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I really, really liked it. But there was just some stuff I wish they would have addressed. No.
I think you're just biased because you read the book.
I don't know. I really wish they would have addressed the fact that whenever he goes out to eat somewhere, he always orders a glass of hot water. Who does that? Always. I don't understand it. They just didn't address some things.
Yeah.
Like the fact when they're in the apartment or whatever, and he's sectioned off his own little area. The book describes that way more in detail.
Girls with girlfriend.
Yeah, just how weird it is. When he peeled back the curtain, I was like, "Holy shit, we're gonna see what's in there!" And then they never showed it, and I was like, "Oh."
I guess my only problems with it were, one, I think it could have been 15, 20 minutes longer, so we could have added things like that, because I felt like it was just a tiny bit rushed. But altogether, it was a good movie. And then also, I feel like the trailer kind of makes it look like it's going to be more of a comedy. Yeah. And it's not as much as a comedy as you think it is. So, right there was kind of deceiving. So those were my only two issues with it. I mean,
yeah. And I would say I agree with Justin and Sarah both on the whole trailer aspect. It looks a lot more, like it would be funnier. But it seemed like, and you say you wanted to be a little bit longer. I felt it was a good amount of time. However, to me, it cut out a lot of moments that I thought were going to... Oh, hey, Hugo. Oh, hi, Doggie. And so, I don't know.
I wish that they would have addressed, certain things. For example, the flower shop scene. Yeah. That was literally a last-minute thing that they added in. They walked in and they're like, hey, can we film in your store? And those people were like, sure, yeah, whatever. And, the fact that Tommy didn't even notice the dog until right that second in that take.
Oh, so that's what he says.
Yeah, that's why he says, oh, hi, doggy, because he just didn't... Okay. He was like, oh, hey, look, there's his dog.
They didn't even address how many highs or hellos. Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi. He says it to everyone. Everyone.
Yeah.
And he had the...
yeah, his weird laugh. I feel like... Because there's definitely... I guess a shift in the movie from there's before they were filming, and then there's from filming on. Yeah. And I think that they could have made before filming shorter and done more with the actual filming.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, the pacing was a little strange, and I feel like at the end I was actually wondering when are we gonna get to this part? When are we gonna get to this part? Just a little bit on a couple things, and I thought it was overall a pretty good movie. So. What do you think? What would you give it out of? I mean, you gave yours already, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, so you on this channel you do fives, right? And I do out of 10s, and I would give it an 8 just because I mean it is a good movie, but it's not something that I'm going to sit down and watch all.
Yeah, so I mean 4 out of 5. There's such a thing as math, so it's a 4 out of 5.
It's a 4 out of 5.
8 out of 10.
Which is 4 out of 5 if you simplify it.
Oh, definitely. But sure. I like bigger numbers.
Yeah, he likes bigger numbers. All right,
that's my life.
Sarah, what do you think?
I don't know. I go back. I guess I'm going back and forth. I'm kind of on the fence.
On the 1 to 10 things.
Yeah. I'm kind of just in between there because I really liked it, but at the same time, I'm they could have done so much more with certain things. So. I don't know. It's a 4 out of 5. I mean, it's not a bad watch.
So it's
really good.
So an 8. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. I
would say 16 out of 20 if we want to make it bigger numbers, you asshole.
I would probably give the same score Sarah has. I'm kind of between a 3 and a 4. It's definitely a movie, definitely worth watching at least once in your life. Especially if you know a little bit about The Room. It's definitely much better if you know The Room. I would definitely check out that movie first. It's going to be cringy, I know, as Justin said. He wasted
I would agree on that as well because, I mean, I already knew a whole bunch of these scenes. I told Sarah when we were watching it last night, I was like, I feel like I've already seen this movie because I've seen like all of these scenes almost.
I would say if you want to watch it and you haven't read The Disaster Artist yet, watch it before you read The Disaster Artist. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the trap that I'm in, where you read the book first and you like the book more. So overall, that's how it is with a lot of movies that I've seen. Like, you know, if it's based on a book, I'll purposely watch the movie first so I like the movie more. So.
Yeah, usually. I mean, obviously, I'm a cinephile, so I mostly watch movies before I read.
But I definitely feel like people that don't even know that this movie exists or the book exists, they would watch it and be like, "Oh, this is just about a crazy guy who wants to make a movie."
Yeah,
you know. So and then they could, and then of course, check out the movie. Yeah, and then of course they'll be like, "Oh, wow, this was a real freaking thing."
Yeah.
And wow, there's a book too. So I mean, but most people in America aren't going to do that because they're lazy.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Well, you know, this is true American hero in story. He's from New Orleans. And so that's great, you know, it's whatever. So I think you should check out this movie. It's a great movie. Just have fun, you know. Don't be chicken. Cheap. Yeah. All right. So give this video a like, comment down below, and don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe because I'm not jonesing around.
Oh God.